Okay everyone, so this is going to be a quick video on the settings that I use when my WordPress website has been set up. These are the settings that I use. These are the settings that I would suggest to you to use, unless later on down the road you want different needs, you have different needs, or you want to experiment or a little bit or whatever. But these are the basic general settings that I use, and I'm going to give a quick overview. So you would come down here once being in your admin area. So you're logged into the back end of your website. You would go down to settings, start with general. This is, like I said at the beginning, when we installed WordPress, we can change the site title. So whatever your site is about, or the site title that you want, it's nice to have keywords in here because that's how Google is going to analyze your website to see as far as rankings go. So you want to have your keywords in there. So I just put how to create a website and profit. Okay, tagline, you can put something in here if you want. It's not necessary, but it's just talking about what the site is about. So we'll leave that at that right now. The WordPress address and the site address, these need to be the same. Okay, so mine is http:// how to create a website and profit.com. There's no www in there, and so it should be the exact same down here. www.websitename.com, that's not necessary to have the www in there. Some people like how it looks, some people keep it in there, some people don't. But what happens is because I have it set without the www, if I actually go to Google and I punch in that address with the www in there, if you see that I have it with the www as opposed to not, so when I hit enter, it's going to redirect and it's going to show the address. It's going to show this address up here without the www because that's how I have it set. So anybody searching for your website without, with the www dot how to create a website and profit.com, with that in there, it's going to automatically redirect to whatever you have set in here. Okay, so you just want to be sure that these match. Okay, so that means that if people put in your address with the www, they're going to be redirected, they're going to come to your website. And if they put it in without the www, they're going to go to your website. Okay? So it's like it's one site. All right? There's not two different versions of your website. There's one site, and they redirect back to this without the www. Okay? You can have the www in there. It doesn't matter, but this is just a preference of mine. Okay? Email address. Okay, that's fine. Membership, I mean, unless you're running a membership website or you want people to be able to register on your website to, be able to write articles and things like that, then you would select that. And then you would set like them as a subscriber, contributor, author, etc. I don't get into all this. It's not necessary for most of your needs with a website. Again, later on you can experiment with that. It's in English. You would set your time zone. So for me, I just set my time zone to if I can find it here, New York, so I'll set it to that time zone. I'm in the same time zone as them. Okay, today's date, and then your format for your time, and then your week starts on Monday. Okay, nothing big there. Save your changes, and then you go to the writing section. So default post category, I'm not dealing with posts, so I don't care. Default post format, standard, again, doesn't matter. I'm not dealing with posts. I'm going to be dealing with pages. This stuff here you can leave the same. Update services, so every time you post a new you publish a new post on your website, if you are using posts, this service here is going to send out a bunch of, it's going to notify other websites and other services online that your website has been updated, or it's updated a post, or it's added a post, etc. So nothing to worry about. Pretty much leave that stuff alone. It's not, this isn't really stuff that you need to be concerned with. So we didn't change anything there, so we don't have to save. Then you go to reading. Okay, so this is where we want to pay a little bit more attention. So the home page. So the main page that people come to when they access your website, when they punch in your address, okay? Your home page displays your latest posts or a static page, okay? So I don't want posts because I'm not going to be using posts. I want static pages, okay? So I would select static page, and then on the home page, when I have pages that I've created, then I could come in here and I could select which page I want to be set as my home page. Okay, so you would select that page. Right now it's just a sample page that's there. So I'm going to select sample page because that's the only page that's currently created. It's created by default when you install the theme. Blogs, I'm not using blog pages, so it's saying that if you were, that page shows at most 10 different posts. You can, again, adjust that number to whatever you want. Again, same thing with this. That's for feeds. Doesn't really apply. You can kind of skip all this. Search engine visibility. So discourage search engines from indexing this website. I don't want the search engines to be discouraged from accessing or indexing this website. Obviously, you want to get ranked by Google. You want to get ranked by Yahoo. You want to get ranked by Bing. You know, you want them to be able to come and find your pages that you're creating, find your website, and get you ranked, right? Get you indexed. So if you didn't, for whatever reason, for the time being, then you would select that. But you would always want to come back in here, and you would want to deselect it because you want them to index you. You want them to find your website, right? So that you're listed in their search engines. So anyways, I would just say save changes. And then discussion, go into that. Okay, so this is about things when people are leaving comments, right? So there's discussions that are happening on your articles, etc. Default article settings. I pretty much leave this stuff alone. Attempt to notify any blogs linked to from the article. You can select that if you want. Allow people to post comments on new articles. If you want people to be able to put a comment, then select it. If you don't, then deselect. Other comment settings. But any comment authors, so people that come and place a comment, you can set it so that they have to fill out their name and email. Users must be registered and logged in to comment. Again, I don't get into that. I don't like people being able to come on my website and register and log in, etc. and all that. It's not, I don't create those types of websites, so it's not really important. It's not really something that most people are going to need. All this stuff here isn't really anything that you need to be too concerned about. Email me whenever anyone posts a comment. So if you're allowing comments, you can select that so that anytime a comment is posted, you're going to get an email. Email me whenever a comment is held for moderation. Kind of the same, goes hand in hand with that. Before a comment is allowed to appear, comment must be manually approved. So that means no comments will ever appear on your articles, below your articles, without you manually approving them. So yeah, I would select that. And comment author must have a previous approved comment. So again, you could leave that selected as well if you wanted. If you wanted people to be able to have their comments approved right away, if they already had a previously approved comment. But if you don't, you know, again, you could just deselect it. It's basically just reading what it says, right? Other than that, like I said, I don't allow that. Any comments that do appear, because you're going to get comments that show up on your that people try to post to your WordPress blog. It happens all the time. They're gonna try to have them post because they're just spamming your website. Okay, so what that means is they're putting nonsense articles or comments or things to you. It's like messages, or trying to make it look like legit comments, and they're posting to affiliate products, or they're posting to spammy websites or garbage websites or stuff like that. And they're doing that automatically by bots in most cases, and they're doing that to try and get a backlink, right, from your website to theirs. So you don't want that to ever be allowed to be automatically placed on your website without your approval. Okay, so comment must be manually approved. And then comment moderation. So you can, you can put any keywords or email addresses or URLs or whatever in here to kind of whitelist things. In other words, if any of those keywords or any of those items appear in the comment, then it's going to go to a moderation queue. And it says one word or IP address per line. So you would put one, you would space down to the next, all the way down. Okay. Or a blacklist. Okay. So you could put, swear words in there. Anything, spammy, any type of word or spammy stuff that you want, you could list those in there, one per line. And anytime it encounters any comment that contains any of those, you can have it set so that it's going to actually go and forward those right to your trash right off the bat. Okay. So obviously things, porn related items, sexually explicit related things, swear words, profanity, all that stuff. You could put any of those in there if you want. It's not necessary. It's just, it's going to kind of help you not have to go in there and manually get rid of so much of that stuff if you put some of the more common things that people are spamming in here. Avatars, again, it's not really, you don't have to do it. An avatar is just something that's going to appear beside any posts that you create on your website. So you can have one of these show up anytime you go and write a post. It'll show up beside the article or beside the post. You can uncheck it if you don't want them to show, and then you can put the rating for your website. So PG, R, above that, are suitable for all audiences. Not really a big deal. So we're going to say save. And then media. This is pretty standard. You can leave these alone. I wouldn't worry about these at all. It's not really anything that you need to be too concerned with right now. Permalinks. Okay, so permalinks, this is important. So in here, because of the way websites work and because of the way search engines rank web pages, you don't want this type of structure here. Okay, so how to create a website in profit.com / the year of your post, the month of your post, the day of your post, and then your post name. You don't want that. You don't want this type up here. You don't want this type. You don't want this. You don't want that. It's not, those really aren't anything that anybody who wants to succeed online and wants to rank well in the search engines is going to use. What you want to use is you want to use this one. Post name. So your article, so your website's going to come up as how to create a website in profit.com or whatever your domain is, / and then the title of your post. So you want that simple. And obviously your post or your page is going to have various keywords in there as the title. It's simple, and that's the way that most websites online are going to succeed and be successful, because that's how search engines look at your web pages to see what the keywords are and how they rank your pages. Don't worry about all this other stuff up here. It's not needed for 99% of the people out there. This, you don't have to worry about this right now. It's not a big deal. So we're just going to go save changes. And then we're going to go to privacy. So a privacy policy page is a page that you would want to add. It's important to have a privacy policy page on your website. So this is a new section that they added in here on WordPress, or at least on this theme. So you could come in here. You would say use this page, and it's going to create a privacy policy page that's going to give details to any visitors that come to your website about their privacy online and the use of tracking cookies and things like that. Okay, that's important to have on your website, because the search engines like Google and that do look for that to be on your pages, and it's just a legal thing that's always best to have. Okay, so you would select use this page. It would create the page, and that would be it. So we'll see you in the next video.